All right, let's talk about weight loss. If you've ever tried, you know you've been buried under an absolute avalanche of advice. So in this explainer, we're going to cut through all of that noise and get right to the real, simple science of how it all works. Let's get into it. Yeah, does this look familiar? The internet is just screaming dozens of diet names at you, and every single one claims to be the magic bullet, right? It is completely understandable to feel overwhelmed. But here's the secret. They all rely on the exact same scientific principle. Yep, you heard me. So for a minute, let's just forget all the brand names and the hype. We are going to break down the one fundamental rule of physics and biology that governs all successful weight loss. I mean it, no matter what diet you follow. And here it is, the calorie deficit. Now, this isn't a fad, it's not a trend, it is a fact of physics. It simply means you're consuming less energy from food and drink than your body is using up. You know, I love this analogy. Think of it like a bank account. If you withdraw more than you deposit, the balance goes down. Your body does the exact same thing with energy. So it all boils down to this simple equation. Calories in have to be less than calories out. This is the non-negotiable golden rule of weight loss. Every single diet, every workout plan that actually works, it works because it finds a way to create this exact imbalance, whether they tell you that or not. So how do you figure out the calories out side of that equation? Well, we use a number called your TDE. That's just the total energy your body burns in a day just by, being alive, breathing, thinking, walking around. The best way to think of it is as your daily calorie budget. And to lose weight, you just have to come in under that budget. Okay, so you're probably thinking, if the calorie deficit is the only rule, then why are there a million different diets out there? Great question. Think of them as different tools in a toolbox. They're not magic, they're just different strategies designed to help you achieve that one single goal, eating fewer calories. So let's open up the box. This simplifies two of the biggest trends out there perfectly. The keto diet works by restricting what you eat, mostly carbs. Intermittent fasting, on the other hand, it restricts when you eat. See, they're just two very different paths, but they're both leading to the exact same destination, a calorie deficit. So let's break this down into three main tools for getting into that deficit. First, you've got making smart food choices to keep hunger down. Second, there's restricting entire food groups, which is the idea behind keto. And third, restricting your eating times, which is how intermittent fasting works. So our first tool is probably the simplest one, making smart food choices. When you choose foods packed with protein and fiber, you boost satiety. That's just the feeling of being full and satisfied. And when you feel full, you naturally tend to eat less, which makes it way easier to maintain a deficit without feeling deprived. Next up, tool number 2, restricting food groups. And there is no better example than the keto diet. I mean, just look at how extreme this shift is. A normal diet might get about half its calories from carbs. Keto completely flips that on its head, aiming for about 75% of calories from fat. So how does that work? Well, by basically removing carbohydrates, which is your body's favorite fuel, you force it into a metabolic state called ketosis. And in that state, your body gets really, really good at burning its own fat stores for energy. That's the core mechanism that makes it work for some people. But, and this is a really big but, medical experts warn that this tool comes with some pretty significant risks. A lot of people get the keto flu when they start. Headaches, fatigue, it's no fun. More seriously, when you cut out entire food groups, you can become deficient in things like fiber and essential vitamins. It's also linked to constipation, a higher risk of kidney stones, and it can negatively affect your cholesterol. It's absolutely not for certain people, and frankly, it's very hard to sustain long term. And that brings us to our third tool, intermittent fasting. Now, the logic here is way simpler. By just limiting your eating to a specific window of time each day, say you only eat between noon and 8 p.m., you just have less time to eat. This usually leads to you naturally eating fewer calories overall without making any specific foods off limits. This quote just nails it. It brings everything together. Popular diets aren't magic. They are just different strategies to help you achieve the same goal, a calorie deficit. Remembering this is so empowering. It means you can stop chasing every new trend and instead, you can just pick a tool that actually fits your life. But here's the thing, just achieving a calorie deficit, that's only one part of the story. For healthy results that actually last, we have to look beyond what's on our plate. True weight management is about the entire picture. And that picture rests on 3 essential pillars. Regular exercise, well, that's the obvious one. It increases the calories outside of our equation. But quality sleep and managing your stress are just as vital. Poor sleep can wreck your metabolism and crank up cravings, and chronic stress can directly lead to weight gain. Ignoring these is like trying to build a house with only one wall. It's just going to fall over. It's also really important to know what our goal is. Are we aiming for weight loss or fat loss? They sound the same, but they're really not. If you only chase a lower number on the scale, you can end up losing precious muscle and water. The healthier, smarter goal is fat loss, which is all about improving your body composition by keeping that muscle while shedding the fat. And that brings us to the most important part of this whole conversation. It's not about how fast you can lose the weight, it's about whether you can actually keep it off. And the secret to doing that, well, it isn't really a secret at all. This is the ultimate takeaway. An extreme diet that you can only stick to for 2 weeks is pretty much useless. A moderate, healthy approach that you can turn into a lifelong habit, well, that's everything. The best plan is always the one you can actually follow consistently, safely, and even happily. So I'll leave you with this final question to ask yourself. As you look at all your options, just ask, am I building a habit for long-term health, or am I just looking for another temporary fix? Your answer to that question will guide you down the right path. I hope this helped bring some clarity to your journey.